Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. General Hospital Wednesday, February 19 recap. Cyrus confesses to Liz before jabbing Lucky. Drew asks Willow to move in. General Hospital GH recap for Wednesday, February 19. Reveals that Cyrus Renault Jeff Kober confessed to Elizabeth Baldwin Rebecca Herbst before jabbing Lucky Spencer, temporarily played by Guy Wilson. Drew Quartermain. Cameron Matheson also asked Willow Corindha's Caitlin McMullen to move in, so here's how Wednesday's episode played out. At Bobby's, Emma Drake Braden Bruner tried to recruit Jocelyn Jax Eden McCoy to make a speech at her fundraising event, but Joss had a lot going on and donated money instead. Although Emma was a little miffed, Giovanni Joe Palmieri Giovanni Mazza helped her see that it was best not to push as they continued to bond. Jocelyn was covering for someone, but she eventually got another employee to take over and took off. It wasn't long until Jocelyn broke in Cyrus' hideout so she could dig for evidence. At Carly Spencer's Laura Wright place, she kissed Jack Brennan Chris McKenna before Donna Corindha's Scarlett Fernandez called out and interrupted. Donna had a bad dream, so she asked Brennan questions since he studied psychology. Once Donna went back to bed, Brennan had to take off on Carly after getting some work-related news on his phone. Meanwhile, Drew brought Willow to the Savoy on a Valentine's Day date. Willow ranted to Drew about Brad Cooper's Perry Shen past mistakes when she saw him sitting at the bar with Lucas Jones Van Hansis. Brad grumbled about Willow as well as he continued his evening with Lucas. Although Lucas ultimately decided to head home, Brad seemed pleased over the time they spent together. Next, Curtis Ashford Donald Turner made it clear to Drew that he was no longer welcome at the Savoy. Willow could stay if she wanted, but the nightclub was off limits to Drew. Since Drew had another surprise for Willow anyway, they both took off together. Drew eventually showed off his new house to Willow and delivered a shock when he asked her to move in along with the kids. Back at Bobby's, Harrison Chase Josh Swickard came clean to Dante Falconeri Dominic Zamprogna about not being able to give Brooklyn Quartermain Amanda Sutton a child and got Dante's support. Dante made a prediction about there being other ways to have a family, but he understood that Chase and Brooklyn had a lot to wrap their heads around right now. At Deception, Brooklyn was summoned to handle an important phone call after Lulu got the guy on the other end all riled up. Once Brooklyn put out the work fire, she fumed over Lulu disturbing her Valentine's Day with Chase. Lulu acted like Brooklyn's life was perfect and if she didn't have what she wanted, that was her own fault. Dante caught the tail end of the conversation and urged Lulu to back off once Brooklyn was gone. When Lulu continued to gripe about Brooklyn and the perfect life she had, Dante finally blurted out that Chase and Brooklyn just found out they couldn't have children. At Elizabeth's place, Cyrus barged in and invited her to ask him questions directly since he knew she'd been curious about things. Since Liz couldn't convince Cyrus to leave, she asked why he tried to kill Lulu. Cyrus admitted to targeting Lulu before the ventilator incident since his medication was the reason for Lulu's liver problems. However, Cyrus' goal was to end Lulu's suffering and take her out of that unnatural state of living. Since Sam McCall Kelly Monaco donated her liver to keep Lulu alive, her demise was a consequence of getting in the way of the mission. That was when Cyrus saw the path of using Digitalis to accomplish his goals. Although Dex Heller Evan Hofer tried to end Cyrus' life, Cyrus insisted he had no malice toward him. The real reason Cyrus went after Dex was because he was a witness and could jeopardized the good work Cyrus believed he was going. It was all about the mission and doing what Cyrus believed was God's will. Liz brought up Cyrus' mother as well, so he acknowledged that he was upset about his mom being kept alive as a shell of her former self. Michael Corindha's Chad Duell was someone else who Cyrus tried to set free. Cyrus saw himself as someone who could help suffering victims cross over to the other side where they could experience a much better outcome. Liz pretended to understand, so Cyrus pulled out a syringe and hoped she'd understand why he had to do this, too. Cyrus reiterated that he couldn't let anything get in the way of the mission and cornered Liz with the syringe. That's when Lucky burst in and yelled for Cyrus to get away from Elizabeth. Lucky got into a struggle with Cyrus and decked him while Liz called 911. Unfortunately, Cyrus still managed to jab Lucky in the thigh with the digitalis syringe, so Liz was alarmed as she looked down and saw it. General Hospital spoilers say Lucky will have to be rushed to GH soon, so stay tuned for updates on this terrifying situation. The suspense and drama of General Hospital continued to escalate on Wednesday, February 19, with a series of shocking moments, heartfelt confessions, and unexpected decisions. Tension was high as characters grappled with personal demons, deep secrets, and life-changing choices. The day's events left fans reeling as they tried to keep up with the whirlwind of emotions sweeping through Port Charles. Cyrus and Liz, a dark confession. The episode kicked off with a gripping scene between Cyrus Renault and Elizabeth Weber. Cyrus, ever the calculating and dangerous figure, was determined to get something off his chest. His cryptic behavior in previous episodes had suggested that he held some dark secrets, and Wednesday's installment brought some of them to light. In an eerie confrontation, Cyrus confessed something unexpected to Elizabeth. He took responsibility for his past actions that led to so much pain for her family, including the betrayal of her late husband, Franco Baldwin. With a calm yet chilling demeanor, Cyrus admitted to manipulating Franco, and it seemed that he had a deep, personal interest in Elizabeth. His words were heavy, though his motivation for sharing this information was unclear. Was it to make amends, or was there another, more sinister reason behind his confession? Elizabeth was stunned, unable to comprehend how much her life had been intertwined with the sinister criminal empire Cyrus had built. But as the conversation shifted, so did the tone. Cyrus' need for redemption quickly turned into a moment of cruelty. In a disturbing twist, he turned his attention to Elizabeth's son, Lucky Spencer, who had entered the scene. Cyrus' attempt to control the situation escalated quickly, and just as things seemed to be spiraling out of control, he lashed out with a brutal attack. In a shocking moment of violence, he jabbed Lucky with a syringe, rendering him unconscious. This left Elizabeth in a state of panic, caught between the haunting confession and the imminent danger her family faced. The stakes were higher than ever, and Cyrus had proven that even his moments of vulnerability could turn deadly in the blink of an eye. Drew and Willow, a life-changing proposal. While the dark moments with Cyrus gripped Port Charles, a lighter, more hopeful scene unfolded between Drew Kane and Willow Tate. Their budding relationship had been a slow burn, with both characters navigating personal struggles while also growing closer. Drew, a man with a complicated past and a sense of responsibility to the people he loved, made a major decision. In a surprising but heartfelt moment, Drew asked Willow to take their relationship to the next level. He proposed that she move in with him, marking a new chapter in their connection. This gesture wasn't just about convenience or moving forward in their romance, it was about a deeper commitment. Drew recognized how much Willow had become a pivotal part of his life, and he wanted to take that next step. Willow, caught off guard but clearly touched by the sincerity of Drew's request, was at a crossroads. She had already made her life in Port Charles difficult with her entanglements with the Courtemain family, and now, Drew was offering her the chance to build a life outside of all the chaos. But could she truly commit to this new path? Or would the shadows of her past come back to haunt her? Willow's hesitation was palpable, and viewers could sense the weight of the decision resting on her shoulders. This wasn't just a romantic choice, it was about her future, her stability, and the possibility of healing from the trauma she had experienced. Drew's invitation to move in wasn't just a plea for intimacy, it was a desire for a fresh start, free from the burdens that had haunted them both. The showdown at the hospital. As Cyrus' violent outburst sent shockwaves through the hospital, other characters found themselves directly in the line of fire. The stakes at the medical facility were rising, with more and more people caught up in the tension surrounding Cyrus' machinations. At the same time, Port Charles was bracing for the ramifications of Lucky's attack and Elizabeth's need to protect her family from this merciless criminal. There was a sense of dread in the air, and viewers could sense that Cyrus' grip on the town was tightening. His confession to Elizabeth was just the tip of the iceberg, and with every passing moment, the looming threat of his reign over Port Charles only seemed to grow stronger. Meanwhile, Drew's proposal to Willow served as a small flicker of hope in an otherwise dark episode. His desire to build a future together was a shining example of love amidst the chaos. As Drew waited for Willow's response, viewers were left on the edge of their seats, wondering what the next chapter would hold for this couple. Would they finally have the chance at happiness they both so desperately needed, or would their pasts tear them apart? The tension builds. As the day unfolded, General Hospital masterfully built tension, blending moments of tenderness with the intense, sometimes shocking violence that the soap opera is known for. Cyrus' cold-blooded actions were a stark contrast to Drew's heartfelt proposal, illustrating the dynamic range of emotions that the show can evoke in a single episode. For fans, the drama was far from over, and many questions were left unanswered. Would Elizabeth's family be able to survive Cyrus' deadly game? Would Drew and Willow's love stand the test of time, or would it be overshadowed by the darkness surrounding them? And, perhaps most importantly, how far was Cyrus willing to go in order to get what he wanted? As the episode ended, it was clear that General Hospital had set the stage for even more explosive moments to come. Whether it's love, betrayal, or shocking revelations, the future of Port Charles seems uncertain. What is certain, however, is that the drama will only continue to build, leaving fans eagerly awaiting the next chapter.